Hey everyone, this is Rob from Revelation Rain, coming at you with another video where we're going through the track listing of our most recent CD, Day of the Lord. Just running through the history and the background and whatever else that seems interesting regarding each of the tracks on the CD. And so far we've gone through Holy, We Are the Night, Splitting Hairs, Splitting Atoms, Omega Man, Forgiveness, and If You. So today we're going to talk about track number 7, which, like I've said before, we always think in terms of albums, vinyl albums. So this would be side 1, track 7, the last song on side 1. And you want your last track on both sides, really. You want for it to go out with a bang. You want for it to end with a statement. Okay. You don't want for there to be a lackluster track on the end of side 1 because it doesn't entice anyone to turn the album over and see what's on side 2. You want to keep them interested, engaged, so that they can't wait to turn the record over and start side 2. And of course, you want side 2 to start off strong, just like you want side 1 to start off. But we'll talk about that in the next video. So anyway, side 1, track 7, is a song called Revelation Rain, R-E-I-G-N. And I remember I never ever wanted to have a song with the same title as what the band name is. I've never wanted that. And I know some bands do that, and that's fine for them. I know like Black Sabbath, Talk Talk. There's some other bands that will have a song title that's the same as the name of the band. And that's okay for other bands, but I never wanted it for us. But it just worked out that way. And to be honest, it's not exactly the same because the band name is Revelation Rain, R-A-I-N, which is completely different than R-E-I-G-N. But phonetically, it's the same thing. So anyway, the song came about, JT brought the music to the band, and it sounded great. It was a killer song, really heavy, and had a couple of really cool breakdown sections that we would later expound upon to kind of flesh the song out a little bit. And the music came together. Well, JT had all the music, but the arrangement came together rather quickly once we all started working on it. Everybody was contributing parts to just kind of flesh the song out some, but the music was 100% JT. And I remember he said, "Well, I'm gonna put lyrics to this," and I thought, "Cool, that's great," because a lot of times JT or Marty will ask me to come up with lyrics, and that's fine. I take that as a badge of honor. But it's nice when the other guys also contribute lyrics if they can, when they can, just so you get another perspective from the band. So I thought that was cool that JT wanted to write the lyrics. And I remember a couple of days later, he text messaged me and he said, "Where would I need to look in the Bible where it talks a lot about the end times and what's going to happen?" Well, not the end times so much. What's going to happen during the tribulation, millennial kingdom, and, the great white throne, all that kind of stuff. And I said, well, Revelation. I said, especially once you get past the first 6 or 7 chapters where, well, not the first 6 or 7 chapters. I'm sorry, the first few chapters, those are letters to the churches. Once you get past that, then you get into the seals, the trumpets, the vials. Anyway, so I told him that's where you need to be. And he went through there, and I tell you, when he sent me the lyrics, it was perfect. They were well written. It told a good story, and it did it. The song kind of takes you through those perilous times that those of you who are not saved are going to go through if you're still alive when Jesus comes back, which I think is very soon. So anyway, the lyrics were very good. But he said he couldn't come up with a chorus. So he asked me to write the lyrics for the chorus. And I said, sure, no problem. So I listened to the song, the recordings that we had. And as I'm listening to the chords and the arrangement on the chorus, it just started to fall into place. I was like, yeah, this would sound cool to have the backing vocals kind of doing this almost like a chant, whips, chains, powers, and pain, or whatever. I think that's what it says. I don't know. I don't recall right now. But just having the backing vocals doing that, and then just a one-liner that I would sing, whatever the lines are. I don't recall right now. Oh, yeah. No, I don't recall. Sorry. It's been a busy day already, and it's only like 10:15. But I have a wedding tomorrow. So anyway, that's a different story. So anyway, the lyric for the chorus came together quite quickly, and they fit the theme that JT had already laid out. So I thought it meshed really well. And when we had rehearsal the following Friday, I took the finished lyrics in, and JT was like, yeah, that's exactly it. That's kind of what I had in mind. I just couldn't verbalize it, so to speak. And I remember talking to him in a text message prior to that, telling him I'd never wanted to have a song title the same as the band name. And but I showed him what I had for the chorus, and he agreed. He said, well, it makes sense here. And it's not exactly the same, although phonetically it is. So everybody liked it. The lyrics came together, and the music came together. And it's one of the heaviest tracks on the record. It's just a great song. And as I said in the previous video, we ended up linking If You and Revelation Rain. When we play those live, we go from If You right into Revelation Rain. It fits perfectly. And it's one of the songs that goes over very well live. Very well live. Which is great. It's a nice song to have. Probably we usually play it right around the middle of the set list, because your set list, like an album, needs to have a flow. It needs to have, your high points, and then it needs to come down for a little bit. You gotta keep the audience in mind too, that every now and again they need a breather. Not to say that you need to take an intermission, but you need some songs that kind of level off, and then you spike that set list again. And in Revelation Rain with If You works out perfectly like that. So anyway, that's the story, guys. Order the CD, Revelation Rain online at yahoo.com. And take care, and God bless.